Guys, we need to talk. A lot of people ask me about modeling like it's rocket science when it's really not. Like it's really not. It's I think when people think of modeling, they're thinking of like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Paris Fashion Week, Milan and stuff like that. They're probably thinking of these like really tall, skinny, exotic looking models and stuff like that. But really it's more to it than just that. Like the model industry is huge. There's not just runway, there's also prints, and stuff like that. People need hand models. Like, maybe you don't feel comfortable showing your face, but maybe you got nice body features that you think would be worth showing off. There's and there's a demographic for that. You just have to find it. And maybe it's because I'm in the DMV when it comes to modeling, but like I see all sorts of body types. I see all sorts of ethnicities and stuff like that. It's just, are you willing to show up and do what you have to do? Um, which is another thing. When I first started off, I felt like my walk was so bad, and a lot has changed and a lot has improved within that time. But lately, I've been like, anytime I go to a casting call, I'll like try to analyze other people's walks because like I'm trying to like improve on my craft. So it's like I'm trying to, I want to see what you do, and if I think it's cool, it's like okay, yeah, maybe I need to like you know walk with a rhythm that matches that, build on top of each other and stuff. But there's some people that I feel like are getting picked for shows and they walked like how I walked or worse, no offense. And that's, not to throw any shade or anything like that, but it just goes to show you that like um certain designers want certain things. There's probably a designer out there that wants to fit you in their clothes, but they just have to see you. And you have to put yourself out there. Um and a lot of it is confidence. Confidence is like half the battle. If you are confident in yourself, when you show up to a casting call, you will walk better. You'll have an aura to you. You'll turn heads and stuff like that. Obviously, it helps to have that walk, the foundation, the poses, and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, confidence is half the battle. Um, and then also being consistent and practicing. So I'm part of a modeling team. Shout out House of Most Wanted. We practice every Thursday on different types of runway walks and stuff like that, and even practicing posing, um, and the occasional workouts too. Gotta stay fit. Um, and yeah, apart from that, I always try to do something once a month, at least one to two things a month. Whether that's doing a fashion show, which most of the time I'm shooting specifically for fashion shows because I do content on the side too, and I want to get as much footage as I can. And fashion shows like perfect opportunity, especially like you're there at an early call time, you're there the whole day, you see the whole setup, then you see a bunch of people, you're there at the after party and stuff like that. There's a lot of footage to get, which is it just works out for me. But apart from that, like I've also done a lot of like photo shoots. I've gone into a magazine. Um, I actually got one of my pictures put up in a what you call it. It's like a display expo. Yeah, it was an expo. It was an expo, which was really cool, honestly. Um, cheesy. Anyways, um, and yeah, and honestly, when I started out, I did not expect to be in this position. My head was, let me just find places where I could do content, and that's it. If I get into a show, cool. If not, so be it. But as long as I can get some content, that's more than enough. And then now it's like my hobby. It's like my thing, which is very interesting. Um, What else? Another thing is, yeah, a lot of people ask me like, oh, are you making money? How much do you get paid and stuff like that? And it's like, yeah, I get paid here and there, but like it's nothing crazy, you know. If anything, this is more of a hobby as of right now, and it's not like a career option yet. It's got the potential, and I feel like I have like certain ideas of how to get to that point. It's just a matter of like executing it to its fullest. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely potential, but like, this is the type of industry where you get paid in exposure. Networking parties are great, networking events are great, and all that. Meeting new people. You'd be surprised. You run into people that you would not expect to see, or not expect to meet, or like you don't know if the person you're talking to could hook you up with a certain opportunity that you might need to, advance your career or get you to the next level and stuff like that. That's cool and all. But like, yeah, you're gonna be spending a lot of money before you see something. Cause you gotta consider like travel, accessories and stuff like that. Sometimes like you might go to a show and the designer might just have like a top or something, and they want you to bring your own shoes, your own pants, belt, and stuff like that. That happens, and you just have to be prepared for that. But yeah, so it's like if you don't have like what the wardrobe requires, then you got to ask yourself like, do I want to buy this to stay in the designer's vision, or do I just want to say, hey, it is what it is. um Apart from being paid in exposure, sometimes, honestly, I thought designers would just throw clothes at you and not want them back, but they gotta hustle too, and they did not make those clothes cheap, especially like the ones that like go through the trouble of taking fabric and like sewing it up into something like really unique and creative. um Sometimes the best they could do is a discount and stuff like that. Like that's just the reality of it, and that's just how it is. But you know what, it's the same thing with like any hobby. Take like social media and stuff like that. Like for a lot of people, it takes them a while before they actually blow up and start making money. i'm, I'm dealing with that right now. I'm trying to build my community, my network, my presence, I mean, all of this is a personal brand and all that, but it just takes time. It just takes time, and it depends on how willing you are. Cause yeah, I've been practicing just about consistently, here breaks here and there. Every Thursday, doing at least one show a month and then some and stuff like that. And even though it's been a year and a half of grinding, I feel like there's still a lot more to go and stuff like that. I mean, it's definitely possible. Um, you know, there is like an aspect of luck for sure. I'm gonna do a whole video about my New York Fashion Week experience. Uh, all the base, just TLDR, all the castings I did for my time there, I didn't get into a single show, or I didn't get picked at all, which is so crazy. Except for one show that I knew I was in before I'd like, gone there, because it was a virtual casting. But the day of when, my team and I were leaving, all of a sudden two designers picked me for stuff, and I'm like, I was not picked for any of this beforehand, but I'm here. I'll take it. So you just have to be at the right place at the right time. Um, Honestly, I want to say that's it for now. I am trying like a new style of video content. Um, I guess what would this be? A rant from a model's perspective, I guess. One of my friends actually brought up a good point. Like, it's cool like posting pictures and videos or making like edits and stuff like that of like recaps from shows and different things, but like there's no personality, there's no oomph. So I'm hoping this is that. I'm also not like, even though I do content, I don't really talk that much. So I'm curious to see how I mix my modeling career with my personality to get this. But yeah, I'll think of more topics to talk about. And if you guys have any topics you want me to share, you know where to find me. I mean, the comments are right there. Just say something or DM me or something like that. Trust me, I don't bite.